Hey everybody, Rob here in Bakersfield, California on the Softail Bar Hopper, and welcome to this week's Throwback Thursday. This week's story is the 211 armed robbery arrest outside the bar in Logan Heights. I was fresh out of field training and released on my own, working out of Central Division, the day watch. So I was pretty eager to make a name for myself amongst the guys. I was always the first one to hit the streets after roll call and inspection. So I was the first one out onto the street. I get a radio call to go meet the victim of a 211 armed robbery outside a bar in Logan Heights area, which wasn't really exactly my beat, but since I was the first one out, I was the one who got assigned it. For those of you who don't know, Logan Heights is one of the worst areas in San Diego. It's where you got all your gangs and your drug dealers and all that stuff. So I take the call and I'm heading out that way. Along the way, the dispatch is advising me that the RP will meet me outside this bar, and that he was a victim of an armed robbery the week before, and that the suspect was inside the bar, and advises me to wait for backup. Well, you know, I'm young and dumb and feeling invincible, because I had just survived being shot and killed and brought back by the doctors. So I figured, well, you know, how hard can this be? I don't think backup. So I get there on scene, let the dispatch know that I'm 1097, which means I'm on scene. She again advised me to wait for backup. I tell her, well, I can't wait for backup. The RP is coming to the car to contact me right now. So I get out of the car. Victim comes over to me and he tells me that, you know, this guy had robbed him the week before at gunpoint, and that the guy was inside the bar. Well, while we're standing there talking and I'm getting all the information I need, like does he know the case number, blah blah blah, and confirming that yeah, there actually had been a robbery that occurred, and I'm waiting for the backup officer to arrive. There's about a group of 4 guys come walking up. They're standing around watching and listening. Well, they go into the bar. A couple minutes later, they come walking out of the bar. And the victim's standing there, and he looks at the one guy and points at the guy, and he says, "That's him right there." So I tell the guy to come here. He comes walking over all badass. You know, like, what are you going to do about it? And I tell him to get up against the wall, put his hands on the wall, feet back and spread them. And I'm going to pat him down for weapons. Well, he does it because he doesn't have any weapons on him. So, he goes through the routine, being a real show off for all his buddies. And that's a nice old car. Plymouth. Yeah, we're sitting there and the guy says, okay, yeah, that's him, blah, 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 and everything else. So, okay. The victim has identified the suspect, and as far as I'm concerned, I got enough to arrest the guy, because that, 211 armed robbery with a gun, that's a felony. That's all I need to know. So I pull out my handcuffs and start handcuffing the guy. He tries to resist. I slam him up against the wall. His 4 buddies start coming towards me, saying, hey, what are you doing? You can't arrest him, blah, 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 why you believe in that snitch and all this other crap. So I finish handcuffing the guy, spin him around in between me and them, put my hand on the butt of my gun, and I tell them all to back off unless they want to get arrested too for interfering. Well, by now the victim, he's backed up all the way back to my patrol car because he's scared shitless. And I'm standing there arguing with these 4 guys when I hear the tires screeching behind me, and all of a sudden my backup officer arrives. And he jumps out of the patrol car with a shotgun in hand, racks around into the chamber, starts ordering them all to back off. Well, he's the same race as they are, and of course I'm a different race than they are, and I'm not going to bother saying what race they were, because then y'all might start thinking I'm a racist, or was, and I'm not. You know, that's just the facts of life. They were a different race than I was in that part of town. So anyways, he's holding them all off at gunpoint with the shotgun. I back up the suspect in my car, stick him in the patrol car, and shut the door. And they all the guys that were with them, you know, once that's done, they all, you know, back off, and they're standing out in front of the bar, you know, bitching and griping and yelling. Well, the backup officer comes over to me, you know, and he takes the victim. He's going to get him out of the neighborhood so he doesn't get beat up or assaulted by the buddies of the guy I just arrested. And we're standing there talking. And he goes, "What the hell are you doing coming in here without a backup officer?" And I go, "Well, what do you mean?" He goes, "Well, you don't ever do that. None of us do. Nobody comes to this area without a backup officer." He says, "They'll set you up and call you in here, and then while you're standing there talking to somebody, they'll drive by and shoot you." And he goes, "Especially a white cop. There's bounties out on you guys. He says, don't ever come in here alone again." He goes, "I know you're new and you don't know this area, but man, that's dangerous. You can get yourself killed." So, you know, I'm going, "Okay, sorry, you know, thanks for, you know, showing up and backing me up and everything." And he's going, "Well, you know, next time just wait for a backup officer. And nobody ever goes to any calls without a backup officer in this neighborhood." So I go, "Okay." So we all take off. He takes off with the victim to take him home, keep him out of trouble, and I take off downtown with the suspect to get him booked into jail. But that was pretty much one of my first experiences of learning that not everybody respects law enforcement like I was taught to do growing up, and just about how dangerous that the job can really be, and how I wasn't really all that invincible. And there were some places you just didn't go without a backup officer and ready to get into a gunfight. Anyways, if you like my little story, hit the like button, give me some comments, and come on back next Thursday for another story. I'm going to go up here and get gas. See y'all later. Bye-bye. Now the guy behind me thinks I'm waving at him.